Day 3 of BYU football spring practice is a wrap. Mitch Harper, Matt Baiamonte with KSL Sports. Saw some defensive plays today as a couple interceptions for some young players.
Yeah, a couple freshmen, Quinn Fabrizio and Tommy Prassas. Am I saying that right?
Brock Fabrizio.
Oh, Brock Fabrizio, thank you. Hey, they're freshmen. We're still getting to know these guys, but a couple great plays defensively. I thought the quarterbacks, kind of a mixed bag. And the defensive line, look, it was full pads. And there were a couple times where there would have been sacks, but here in this practice setting, they don't let them tackle the quarterback, and then the play goes on. But, yeah, it was kind of an up-and-down day for the quarterbacks, and the defense benefited from that.
One of the highlights on offense, though, was a deep ball from Jake Retzlaff to Jojo Phillips, number 13, young wide receiver, sophomore for BYU, redshirt freshman, second year in the program. Aaron Roderick, when I asked about Jojo, he said, he's going to be a good player this year for BYU. So that's promising, as Jojo is another piece in a busy wide receiver room. That feels like it's the strength for the BYU offense right now.
Yeah, it's a loaded wide receiver room. Fesi Satake, who coaches those guys, he'll be on Cougar Sports Saturday, this Saturday, noon to 3. He loves the continuity. This is the most experience he's ever had at this position. Very little turnover. Most of the guys who played last year are back. You lose Keanu Hill to the tight end room, but for the most part, you got Chase, Keelan, Darius. You just mentioned Jojo Phillips. You got Parker Kingston, Cody Epps in the mix as well. It's an experienced group, and continuity with that group needs to help this quarterback battle, because this is a team that offensively struggled last year, Mitch, and this wide receiver room, they kind of lead the way in the passing game.
Personnel note, JUCO defensive tackle or defensive end, Sonny Tuwala. He was off to the side once again for day 3. After the practice, we saw him down at the end hitting the pads, but someone to keep an eye on. Another injury note, Braden Kime. They're going to probably keep things light for him. The heralded offensive tackle who came back for his COVID senior year. Aaron Roderick said it's nothing major. He's been wearing a little bit of a cast on his thumb. He's going to be good to go for fall. But, you want to get these guys ready for the battles in the fall. Same with Ben Bywater, Tyler Batty. They're kind of keeping things light. You got to keep those key players in a position where they're still dialed in, but they're ultimately playing in games.
Yeah, and I thought it was noteworthy, too, that Aaron Roderick mentioned the most important thing they're going to work on in spring football this year is the run game. It's an 11-man thing, but they got to get that run game figured out, and he's right, because the run game did not help Keaton Slovis in that offense last year. Got to be improved this year.
Strong runs, too, from Enoch Nawahine. I thought he looked pretty good. And then Pokayawa Hounga, once again, looking very good for BYU, and then LJ Martin. So it's, look, you're waiting and seeing for that group to emerge, but there's some options kind of brewing for that running back unit.
And Miles Davis had a great run on a speed option down the sideline, at least 50 yards. That might have been, along with the long ball from Jake, that was the other highlight play from the offense.
I think this BYU team, talking with Jake Retzlaff, and you'll hear that interview also on Cougar Sports Saturday. He feels so much confidence in year 2 now in the offense. And I think that's a big piece that you hope that translates to more consistency and avoiding the mistakes for Jake, because if he does avoid those mistakes, he's probably your starter.
And that play he made to JoJo is quintessential Jake. Gets out of the pocket. He's on the run. He's not on platform, and makes a great throw down the sideline. It's just like you said, you got to cut out those mistakes.
Check out all of our coverage on KSLSports.com and the KSL Sports app. We'll talk to you on Saturday on Cougar Sports Saturday.